Shalom worldwide. This is Mashiach's Assembly. I'm Minister Uncle Yeshua, your man of YAH. We welcome everyone. It doesn't matter who you are. This is your welcome at Mashiach's Assembly, because we are instructed by the Most High to pour the word of YAH into you, to bring others home unto YAH. That's our duty. That's our call. That's our mission. We are Messianic, Mashiach-based assembly, meaning we believe in who y'all call Jesus, the Mashiach, Yahusha or Yahusha or Yahawasha or Yeshaya or whatever Hebrew dialect you want to call them. We believe in our King, our Hamashiach. Okay, Shalom. So praise Yah, our Junior, and then we're gonna, what is it, 9:20? It is what it is. It's fellowship. So I'm gonna cut this up. And
okay.
Go ahead.
Shalom. I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Clear, loud.
Okay. Because sorry, I've got this thing on my head because we have a little girl that we're looking after because we're foster carers as well at the moment. But anyway, what I want to share that may how can I put it? It's a continuation of what you said and what Brother Shane said. That you said with the confirmations that Yah will be continuously giving us these confirmations, and it's like it's building us up. Now, before my awakening, and probably during the beginning of it, which was about 2 years now, I got a few confirmations and a few direct words, but my confidence wasn't quite there. It's like I'm always second guessing. Should I make that decision? I'm not sure. Not going by my gut instinct or what comes to me now, but I'm beginning to learn now to trust the voice when he speaks to me. So, like for instance, we fostered before, and that didn't sit right with my ruach. The person that we were fostering didn't have a good energy, and so we were going to stop doing it. We were just going to adopt rather than foster, because it's too much negative energy coming in that house. So anyway, so I was against it, and then we had an emergency little girl that needed some help, so we agreed to do it. And I was like, I don't know, I need to pray on this to see if it's the right thing to do, because I just was kind of against it. And so I went out today to get some things for her because she didn't have any clothes and stuff. And I'm still thinking, should we do it or should we not? Should we? And I'm in the store and I'm thinking, and I'm thinking back to the lesson something that you said in like the last lesson or two, when you said how Shai was saying something about the little children, right? And I'm thinking, yes, little children, I got to think about the little children. And then I'm in the store and there's this, you've got a Hebrew woman in there. She's got 4 little children with her. I'm looking at her and she's shouting at the kids and she's cursing at them and cursing and really loud in the store. And I'm like, man. And she's like cursing at the people that are looking at her. And then the voice came to me and said, this is why you do it. This is why we do it. And that was just a confirmation of, that's why I've got to look after her, because the situation that she was coming from was really bad.
Absolutely.
So I just like to say that
he was giving you a window of a bit of her experience in that moment when you were questioning. He's showing you this is what she was going through. And so what you're about to do for her is bring some shalom. And the scripture says, do the least unto these. It also says those children are what? The kingdom. He said the kingdom is those, that is the kingdom. Okay. Praise Yah. Thank you for sharing that, King. Thank you for sharing that. All right. We don't have a lot of we don't got no dark stuff that we're about to see, but this one is it's a little disturbing, but just watch. Y'all see who that is, right? That's Jada Pinkett. That's her mother. And that's her daughter. You have 3 generations of women. The mother, the daughter, the granddaughter. Listen.
My grandmother taught me about self-pleasuring because she wanted me to know that that pleasure was from me.
Exactly.
She didn't want me to fall into the hands of a man, and if he gave me pleasure, to think that that was him.
Yeah.
And she taught me at 9.
Yeah, I know it was short. Let me come on back.
My grandmother taught me about self-pleasuring because she wanted me to know that that pleasure was from me.
Exactly.
She didn't want me to fall into the hands of a man, and if he gave me pleasure, to think that that was him.
Yeah.
And she taught me at 9.
Yeah, I know it was short. Let me come on back. Let me put it back again. That was so short. Listen one more time.
My grandmother taught me about self-pleasuring because she wanted me to know that that pleasure was from me.
Exactly.
She didn't want me to fall into the hands of a man, and if he gave me pleasure, to think that that was him.
Yeah.
And she taught me at 9. My grandmother.
I know. Hold on. Let me get this, because this is important. That's important. Who her granddaughter became.
Want me to fall.
Who that little girl became. All right. This is 3 generations. Her grandmother taught her how to pleasure herself at 9 years old. Y'all understand what Jada Pinkett is right now. If any of y'all know, she's in this free love. Her and Will Smith relationship was open, meaning they would be open to be with anybody while they were married, right? She was messing with that young dude singer. Her daughter is a baby. You understand? A non-gender. The son is like the mother, generational. That lady sitting there taught that little girl, Jada, at 9 years old to pleasure herself, and told her, because if you get in the hands of a man, then you are doing it, you bring yourself to. Okay. I share that because you got to understand what we do to children to make who they become. It starts from what's instilled in the child. The beast knows that. That's why they're trying to get our children from pre-K. You understand? Into their system so that they can instill. You see, they did it from the beginning. They taught us all the helly days. They planted all that stuff into us from when our parents gave us over to the beast. My daughter, Shemaiah, the little girl y'all seen before, she had never been to school. Of course, Uncle Yeshua was not with the beast school. My ex was, whatever, I got to watch what I say. I can edit it out. Playing Hebrew, that's what I call it. Playing Hebrew. You see, head wrap and all that crap. I don't play Hebrew. I'm a man of YAH. I'm not playing with this. No, she pointed to her mother. She pointed to her mother. So I was not putting my daughter in the beast system, okay? And there was no need for it because I worked 7 days a week so that my ex didn't have to work. Her job was to take care of the babies. I'm going to work so you don't got to work. And I gave her a business selling clothing on eBay and what she liked to do. Go shopping, buy the clothes, sell a pair of boots for $80 that you got for $10. She's making money. She love it. She like taking pictures so she can go shopping. You get it? Because I know she need her own money. See, I'm a man that understands a woman. You see, she need her own money because she need to be able to buy stuff she want to buy because I'm very frugal. You know, I'm the type like, you know, if we got to make sure everything is in the green. We ain't got extras when we ain't in the green. I'm just a very student man. I'm a real man's man. You know, real men are about, we're protectors and providers. We have to, you know, so in that same aspect, you got to understand a woman's nature. Women like to buy things and they like, so you give an allotment for that. If you're a real wise man who's really wise, you see, those tyrants keep a woman under like oppression. A real man doesn't. You see, so I knew that she needed to be able to make her own money so she can just spend and, you know, enjoy it. So she'll give her freedom to go, you know, buy whatever you want to buy. You know, you got the kids out, y'all want to go buy this, y'all want to go, you know, Chick-fil-A or something. You see, stuff like that adds up to me. You know, went to Chick-fil-A, you just spent $95. You see, I'm like, no, you just spent $95 tomorrow, you just spent $75. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a man's man. So I'm like, yeah, she need her own. So I set her up. She got her own money. Now she don't have to work. So there's no reason for my children. The only thing I require is take care of the children. Everything else is straight. You understand? You got your own car. You got a beautiful home. You got your own room. My daughter got her own room. It's spacious. Everything good. You got a new car. Everything good. You got nothing to complain about. You go see your girlfriend. All she do is shop all day. Go to go places. That's a good life, right? So it's time for my daughter. She's 5. It's time for her to go to home. She talking about putting my daughter in school. For what? My daughter, first of all, my baby ain't going to no beach. You're not about to get my baby over to the beach, right? So we had a disagreement. I don't play that. I'm a man's man. I don't play no games. That ain't happening, all right? So I set her up. I got her in the homeschool, best program on me. I do all my research, got her in the best homeschools before 2020 and all that. We all good. She set up, got her a desk, got her a computer. My ex's father bought her a nice little laptop and all that because she got support. Like her ex, you know, my ex's father and them love their little granddaughter. So, you know, they used to help out, right? So she's all set up. Now, my daughter has a best friend who they grew up from almost birth. They're the same age, right? So when my daughter was, by the time my ex is taking her out to walk around the neighborhood, pushing the stroller, the grandmother of the little girl, she's always at her grandmother's house because the parents are working. So the grandmother's pushing the stroller. So they knew each other from strollers. My daughter, and her name is Jada. Jada is a little white girl with blonde hair, right? And so they know each other. Jada and Shemaiah, that's her name now, a Hebrew name, are best friends from strollers, right? So now they're growing up. Now I know Jada. Jada, like, you know, they always together, she's like family. Like Jada is my little heart. And Jada is a gentle little girl. She likes to hug everybody. She's gentle. And Shemaiah is not. Shemaiah is like a rough. Shemaiah, like, so Jada is the type, she cries, she won't let me hug her. And she's like, get off of me, stop hugging me. She's so huggy and touchy, that type of thing. So it's that type of thing, right? So I'm letting you know the temperament of Jada, right? And so, you know, Jada got 2 white parents, you know what I mean? They cool, you know what I mean? The father, it's in and out. I don't know, just, you know, it's that type of thing. Okay, let me share this. It's that type of thing where it's that thing where every time you go around him, he always want to talk about racial stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we don't do that. You know, we just talk. You know, it's all that's so annoying. Like, I'm literally don't want to. I just tell my ex, listen, no, he can't come on because my name is Rod. Is Rod home? I'm like, tell him I'm not here. I do not want to talk because every time you get on, you want to talk about racial crap. Like, we don't talk about racism. We just talk. You know what I mean? We don't. So anyway, and I let you know when people do that, red flag guilt type of thing that they got going on. You know what I mean? I know he's around other like really racist because he's like the camo, kind of like the redneckish type of thing, which I don't have no problem with it. You know, it's just, I'm cool with anybody as long as you're cool, you see? So anyway, so Jada's love, she spent the night, love. I got a video with me playing with both of them. Anyway, so you might be able to see. So anyway, so now Shemaiah, they're about the same age. They are going to put, Mitch said they try to prove they're not racist by talking about racism. Absolutely, Mitch. Jada, I'm not even thinking of it. Jada's parents are going to put her in school because she's not awakened. They're not, I'm awakened now. You know, my name ain't Uncle Yahshua yet, but I'm awakened. I'm at this about 2017 and I'm like 2 years in. Like, so I'm not even realizing. So Jada, they put her in school. My daughter's not, she's homeschooled. My ex come home like, you ain't gonna believe this. I'm like, what? Shemaiah come running in, Daddy. I'm like, what? What is wrong with Jada? I'm like, what are you talking about? Something ain't right. Something's wrong with her. I'm like, what are you talking about? She asked me to be her wife. How? I can't marry her. I'm a girl. She told me it's okay that girls can marry girls and she want me to be her wife. I'm like, what? I'm like, did you understand? This was Jada's first day of school. Understand, this girl was innocent. Jada knew nothing. Jada was innocent. Understand? I watched this girl from the what's the name? The stroller. This girl went to school one day and came home and they taught her that she can marry a woman. One day. And she asked Shemaiah to be her wife. And I said to her mother, she might not be able to play with Jada no more. That is the saddest thing in the world. Her best friend, one day. Think about it. That was 3 years ago. Where do you think Jada is now? I haven't seen her. They moved, you know. This little girl was in it. What do you think from one day of kindergarten? Okay. I want you to understand that because the children they become what is poured into them, what the environment you put them in. That's why we're called to come out of her. Do you understand? Everything is even worse now. The indoctrination is intentional. I'm going to share this. I've been wanting to share this for a while, but wasn't able to. I guess it's time. It's nothing deep. Let me share my screen again. This is a little bit about me. Share screen, share sound. Y'all see that little boy right there? That's me. This little boy, there was things I learned. I hope this don't get heavy for me. Come on, y'all. Don't let this get heavy for me. He did not know what was coming for him. He's innocent. He don't know that he don't have a mother and he don't have a father. He don't know that they're not going to love him. They're not going to provide for him. They are not going to be there for him. They're going to leave him. He don't know that he's only going to have a grandmother who's not going to understand what emotions are, who's not going to be able to hug, kiss, tell him she loves him. She's not going to be able to do none of it. She's never going to do none of that, ever. But what she is going to do is provide for him and give him things And that's the only thing he's going to know about love. He's going to know nothing. He's innocent. And he's a good kid, guys. He's kind of quiet. He listens. He's a kid that if you tell him to do something, he'll do it. He's not a bad kid. He's not going to do bad things. But he don't know what's coming. His name, which I'm going to take it out because I'm very private, but y'all are family. His name is YAH. And he was there up until 12 years old. At 12 years old, that name, he's going to go away. He's going to become the god Rashon. So the only way that you're going to know who know him, if someone calls him YAH, you know they knew him since elementary school. Other than that, he's also going to take on a bunch of identities. And this is psychology, psychoanalytical. He's going to take on personalities because these personalities are going to all be used to protect him. He's a little boy that got put behind a wall because they are all trying to protect him. I found out all of this later when YAH played back my life in prison and showed me everything. I am known, only people who know YAH are from elementary school, from my projects, Parkside projects in Long Island and Hempstead. If they say YAH, you literally know, that's day one. That's what they call day one. Rashon, they know him from 12 years old. Luciano, I don't remember what age, that's after. Lucky Luciano, y'all know this from the documentary. Then, what's next? Sean is North Carolina. Then Joshua Starr, that's the Christian, Florida. That's the Christian rapper. Then Uncle Yeshua, that's now. That's 2000, and I think he gave me the name in 18 or 19. One of the years he gave me the name, Uncle Yeshua. Rashon is the most one that that's the most popular one that most people know, the God Rashon. Rashon and Luciano did everything to protect him. That wall, everything is to protect him because everyone wants to hurt him. The world has hurt him. He is the one. The way I love all y'all, that love y'all feel, that's him. It's all me. It sounds schizophrenic, but in a way it is. Because when y'all read my book and find my documentary, I'm supposed to have PTSD. I'm supposed to be schizophrenic by the amount of stuff that I went through. That if they didn't protect this little boy, I would probably be a crackhead or dead or evil, wicked, killing people or something. I say that because I've blocked a lot out. This little boy found out that he didn't have a mother and father at a mother, because he didn't have neither, but a mother. See, I blocked it out. People in the projects, older women would say, "How is your mother?" They would say her name. And I would just say, she okay? But they don't know, I don't know her. And I'll share that, that's the book. Let me continue. There was a time when this little boy found out, when I found out I didn't have a mother. That's this. This right here. This was my childhood best friend. His name was Jazz. Y'all gonna know him from the documentary. He's in my group. This is now. This was July. This was Facebook. This is his mother. That's him hugging his mother now, 2022. Me and him were childhood best friends from little boys. Now, this little boy, me and Jazz we used to play in the projects. We're about 6 or 7 years old, probably 7 years old. We playing, we all outdoors playing. We go to his house. He lived on the other side, 71 side of my project building. So we go to his house. We open the door and we go in. Soon as we walk into the house, that lady you just saw, her name is Frances. She is standing there. First of all, it smells like good food cooking, right? She's standing there and she like throws a hand like this. He walks in and just runs and jumps in her arms. And she grabbed him and just started kissing on him. This little boy, I stopped and I looked. And this was the first time in my life I realized I didn't have a mother. I didn't have that. And I just looked, it was like surreal. It was like YAH stopped time. And it was like, and she was just hugging and kissing on him. And then she put him down. And I realized I didn't have that. I didn't have a mother. And I shook it off. I literally shook it off. And I don't know, maybe y'all put something that said, stop. And I said, and then he got down and he said, come on. And we started running. And I said, hi, Frances. She said, hi. And we went back into his room and she was making him dinner. And then we could play until dinner time, and then I had to go home. From that day on, I blocked it out. PTSD. I blocked it out. Because if I didn't, it would have probably destroyed me. I blocked it out like it didn't exist. What I learned is that YAH gave me material things to fill that void like I'm worth something. Because I fast forward and let me come back. I fast forward and I got this black Mercedes and I remember I was with my ex and I just felt something come over me. And it felt like, I don't know, guys, like I was worthless. Like you're not even worth a mother loving you. You know, you're worthless. Like nobody, you're worthless. And I remember I just grabbed my keys. My ex like, where you going? I said, I'll be right back. I needed to go for a drive. What you don't understand, I needed to get in my Mercedes. I had a brand new 500 Mercedes, leather, wood grain. I needed to get in that car to smell the luxury of the leather and the wood grain and the lights from when it light up. And I drove and it made me feel better. It made me feel like I was something or somebody. He did that my whole life. He gave me material things to fill a void. That's the only way. And I would think, man, it's their loss. It's her loss. Look what you gave up. Because I'm a good person. I would have gave her anything. I tried to give Yarlene that same car. When I came home from prison, y'all allowed me to go to Yarlene. That car was stuck in New York. It was parked. It had sat there for 2 years. I was going to give that car to Yarlene because that's the type of person I am. I've left Mercedes before because I had no one to get it. I had no one to call and say, hey, I'm in jail. There's a 500 SEL or whatever Mercedes. You can have it. Because if you don't take it, the toll people, they're going to keep putting tickets on it and they're just going to take it. So I would rather just give it to somebody. I had no, you know how many cars, Mercedes I left like that? Because I had nobody to give it to. When I went to Yarlene, I wanted to give her that one, and she drove me. The only reason why I got the stuff with Jacqueline, because she drove me to get the possessions that y'all allowed me to keep from my former life, and we weren't able to get to New York for her to get the Mercedes. And it was more than that, because the Mercedes, there was a new one, and if you don't start it for that long, the key will go, it'll be a computer thing. You have to take it to Mercedes and get it released and go through it was a lot we had to go through, and we couldn't even get to New York. We drove from Georgia all the way. Remember, it was hard. It was a lot. It was a bit much. And it was like, I wanted to give it to her just so you could have it. Like she would have it now, brand new Mercedes. Here's yours. I'm just sharing because what you do. And then the ox said, think about it. Ox Shane said, the children, was it Shane or Junior? It was Ox Junior. The least of these, when he said his adopted daughter, he didn't even know this was a part of this. When he said it, when he said, woe to those who do the least of these, remember? And then he said, when he was in the store, that it showed the woman yelling at the children, and he realized that's what that child been through. Like, he had no idea I was going to talk about this. When he was saying it, I'm like, look at y'all. What you do to the children are literally what they're going to become. That's what Yahushua said, woe to those who do the least unto these. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. These babies. I was innocent. I became a hustler. I could have took people's life. I could have killed people. Praise Yah, he didn't allow the bullet to strike them. I missed, praise Yah. I participated in genocide, which is what selling drugs is, to a high level. But I was an innocent child. I was brilliant too, very smart. Well, we have we have a new brother this week. Praise Yah, he finally got here. He's been trying for a little bit. Shalom, Aki. I didn't know I was going to see your face. I knew you was going to be here, but I wasn't sure if you was going to turn on your video. Brother, can you introduce yourself? Let us know who you are, how long you've been awakened, and what area of the country or outside, whatever area that you live in.
My name's Shane. And honestly, in terms of being awake, I've been aware of certain things, but I can't really say I was awake until your video a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Right? I'm not gonna count it until then, you know?
Praise Yah.
Because like I grew up in the church, you know, the Christian church, and I couldn't really grasp it. You know, it was always confusing. And I would always hear the verse where he says, we're not given the spirit of confusion, but it was just confusion. And then I watched the video and it was just like, bang. It's like, whoa, this isn't confusing at all. You just have to know how to teach it, right? It has to be yours. Whoever was teaching it, it wasn't theirs. Do you get what I'm saying? The message wasn't theirs to give. And every time I watch one of your videos, it speaks directly to me. You know, at work, I work for this company with like the biggest rapper in the world, his clothing line, in Toronto. That's where I'm at. Like, you know, I'm in Toronto right now.
I know who that is.
Yeah, I'm Jamaican born, but you know, I'm living in Canada, and I work for that company. And when all this stuff that's happening in society right now started happening, I was getting like clearly seeing that, you know, everything they're saying is a lie. Everything they're pushing, it's just fabrications. And I would tell people at work, you know, you can't fall for this is coming, that's coming. And they look at me like I'm crazy. And then last week, one of my coworkers asked me, you know, how do you feel like you keep telling people all these things and they look at you like you're crazy? And I responded to him, telling him like, if the Most High gives me the words to speak, I just have to speak it, right? And then, mind you, I grew up in the church, but I never read the Bible. Like I never took the time. And then I clicked on your Ezekiel lesson, and that's exactly what it said. I was like, whoa. So I started telling my wife, I'm like, yo, listen to this. Like everything I started telling her, we click on the lesson, boom, right back, confirmation. The other day, she was opening the King James. My wife was opening the King James. And which lesson was it?
Ezekiel.
Oh, the same Ezekiel one. I told her to watch it.
Verily.
Okay.
And you started off with verily, verily, right? That verse. She woke up that morning and that was the same verse that she saw when she woke up. Wow. And I sent her the lesson, and it was just so I can't even lie. When you say that he gives you the eyes to see and the ears to hear, like I fully understand and grasp it now. Like it's so crazy. Last Shabbat, like these crazy things have just been happening. Last Shabbat, I was supposed to work, and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to work, and I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm new to the spiritual world. Like before, when I'd prayed, nothing, you know. And I prayed and I asked, should I be working, right? And I woke up that morning and I was still tired. I went back to sleep. And before I went back to sleep, I said, you know, if it's your will for me to go, just wake me back up. And I don't know how long I fell asleep for, but I closed my eyes and all I saw was this huge black bull. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Woke me right out of my sleep. I was just like, okay, I guess it's time to go to work. You know, I just got up, showered, and went straight to work. And like, I felt like I was just in the spirit that day. I was just like, oh my goodness, he's directly speaking to us, and
yes.
And he's using you. There's another Shabbat study that I was in, and then I don't remember if you saw my email. I think you did. We spoke through the email. And I was one of those people you speak about in your lessons where I woke up and I wanted to know everything, you know, read this book, read that book, read this book, read that book. And every time I see one of your lessons, it's like, slow down, slow down. And I was like, wow. So I did what you said. I looked up the publisher of the CEPHER.
Yes.
Right. And I was reading his biography. And because I know how, I understand what's going on right now in the biotech connection and everything. I was reading his bio and it said 2004 biotech. And right there, I was just like, oh, this man is a part of the agenda. Because that's when this all started. This plan is from before, like what they're doing, you know? And I'm like, he's connected to all of this. So how can I trust anything that he puts out, you know? So when I saw that, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, he's speaking through you and he's speaking to me through you. And I just got my King James today, just came in. Like the physical copy just came in today, mine and my wife's, like right on time, you know? I don't know, man. All I could say is praise YAH, because he's undeniable to me. And in reality, I used to think church was boring, but this is the most exciting thing that's ever happened. You know, yeah, it's amazing, and I can't stop. Yeah, willing, I'm not stopping. You know, Amen. Forward. You know what I mean? And I want to thank you for that, because the way I was that comment that said you teach very unorthodox.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
That's me, because that's my alias in the world, Marcus Stokes. You know, because I'm in the world. I was a recording or performance artist. I created this genre, dancehall, reggae, and hip hop. So I make music. You know what I mean? And since I woke up, I haven't even listened to my own songs. crazy. But wow. I'm in love. I'm in love with YAH, and I know he loves me, and that's all that matters right now.
Great.
You know, do you want to say something? You want to say hi? She's eating right now, you know, so trying to hide her face.
Shalom, daughter of YAH. Shalom. Yes, it's a husband and wife, guys. We have another husband and wife serving the Father together, growing together. We were just speaking of this.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to thank you for putting these messages out, because I haven't been watching them according to how you put them out, because like I said, I'm new to it. Mm-hmm. But the order I'm watching them in seems like it's happening in sequence. Because you know,
yeah,
exactly.
When to watch, what to watch, absolutely.
Exactly. And I'm learning that, you know, like you said, he keeps giving confirmation. So how can you deny it, right? The Ruach HaKodesh is incredible, and I'm just grateful, and praise YAH.
Praise YAH. What a great testimony.
Thank you. And shalom to everybody. Thanks for having me.
Hold on, Andre. Let him go, and then you go ahead. I knew you was going to say so. Go ahead, King. Finish out, and then Andre want to tell you something.
I was just saying shalom to everybody, and thanks for having me and welcoming me in.
Yes. Shalom. Welcome. Go ahead, Andre, before I go.
Shalom. What a powerful testimony. Man, y'all just working in your life. Keep on following him, brother, because he's brought you to the table to eat. And I can already tell you have a giftedness in him. You might not realize it yet, and maybe you do. But he brought you to the right place to begin to grow, to begin to share. So I got goosebumps. I don't know if that's
part of what you said is just cut out a little bit.
I've been waiting for another strong brother. So
okay.
You and your wife. Praise y'all.
Andre, he said, well, I guess he'll hear, because it didn't break up for me. So Marcus, when
praise y'all. Thank you.
When I put this out, you'll hear everything, because he said, Andre, some of yours broke up, but I heard it all. So that means when I put it out, he'll hear the whole complete. Yes. Okay. Now my turn. And anybody else who want to say something, y'all can say so. Yes, Andre was right on point. You have something in you, that we all are here at Mashiach's table, because we all have ministry within us. It's all different. Some of us is art, song, music, creative. Some of us are gatherers. Some of us are waterers. Some of us are, have the word to come. There's something there. And Andre, boy, is powerful too. There is something there. So, okay.
Sorry. Can I say something to that?
Yes. No, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Like so I finish work early. I usually finish at 10 o'clock, but I plan to leave early from last week. You gave me the Zoom link. I planned to leave early, and I was trying to finish up work, and these thoughts kept coming to me that you were going to say something like that. And I was trying to tell myself, stop trying to lean on your own understanding, and it kept repeating it. And now you said it, and I was just like, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
Wow.
That's YAH.
Wow.
Praise YAH. It's so
praise YAH.
It's there.
Wow.
And it's time. Okay, he's speaking. Woo! Oh my goodness, he just flooded me hard. Okay, that was big. Okay, this is serious. My goodness. Okay. Oh man, I just said it's time, and he just flooded me. My goodness. Okay, it's time. So whoever you are, whatever it is, it's time. So you said, I count my awakening when I first saw the video. Woo! That is some power because it's time. That is the awakening because now it starts. It starts now. This is the beginning. Woo, praise Yah. Andre, right? You are at the right table. This is all y'all's doing. Praise Yah that he gave me this unorthodox. Praise Yah that he allowed me to do anything, say anything to be able to touch someone and to be able to, so much you said. I wish I was writing down key points, like certain things that are, that's Ezekiel. If you look at the title, what I named it, I titled it "The Most Powerful Lesson You Will Ever Hear." That's what I titled it because I, just like you, King, when I finished that Ezekiel, understand, Yah be using me. You gotta understand that. That's Yah. Yah was not playing in that lesson. He was going, I don't like to say nut or crazy or whatever. I'm trying to look for a word that we can use in the English language for Yah was going off. Okay, let's just say that. He was going off. Like, there was so much in that lesson that I didn't know. None of us knew. I watched it a couple of times and I said, and literally I knew that it wasn't going to be one of the most popular, because that's how this world is. You can put out I can give you the most powerful, y'all can give you, thank you, y'all. Y'all can give you the most powerful thing for you, but it'll be the one that most people look over. You see, they'll watch this other lesson, demonic demons and this, and, Africans said they're going to enslave us, or, these titles. They'll watch, but that's why I titled it that. I tried to get everybody to see it. I was like, the most powerful lesson you ever see. Hopefully somebody could be like, well, he's saying this is the most, but I said it. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. You see? So he instructed the king to watch that. If it would have been something, okay, come on, y'all. This is in the moment now. Me feeling your ruach and seeing who you are, that's the lesson I would have gave you. If someone would have came to me after hearing you speak, though, see, before this, I wouldn't have known I would give you something else. Before hearing you speak right now, if someone brought you to me, I would have said, give them something. Everybody would be like trying to give them something kind of, I'll be like, not Ezekiel, that's too much. You see? But after hearing you talk and feeling your ruach, that's exactly the lesson I would have sent to you. I would have said, give him Ezekiel. Give him that. Because the power, when you said it was that Ezekiel lesson, my goodness, that lesson there rocked my world. Boy, the stuff that he was, oh my goodness. So anyway, y'all see, I'm having a moment right here with that. So, yes, King, the CEPHER. I put out let me explain something, guys. He said, our right here says something about me speaking what Yah tells me to speak, unorthodoxically, of course, and it's kind of fearless. But what I want y'all to know is me talking about the CEPHER, I want y'all to get context. Do you know everybody looks at that's like me going totally against the grain. That's like I come out of nowhere, right? Because remember, this is when I first got released. I come here and say, first of all, who are you? That's the first thing. Who are you? You come out of nowhere and you got the nerve to talk about our CEPHER. You know what I mean? I'm doing the woman thing. You got the nerve to talk about our CEPHER. I can see people shaking their heads and I can, I love the CEPHER. The CEPHER this and the CEPHER. But understand, some guys, Yah be telling me this stuff. I don't know. I didn't know about no CEPHER. I didn't know what that was. I had no idea until I come all of a sudden. I'm like, what is this CEPHER? It's black and it's expensive. And I'm like, I want one. That was the first thing I said. Everybody else got one. I'm like, I want one. And they talking the Hebrew from it, which I found out that ain't even our language. Just so y'all know, they ain't even correct. All right. So anyway, for you CEPHER lovers, sorry. Anyway. So I'm saying this is when I found out about it maybe 2018, maybe 17, 18, somewhere about 18, around there. And I was like, I want one. Because everybody who had it, they all talked the language, and they were all like, I could always tell with someone who read the CEPHER, right? But I'm like, I want one that I looked at. I'm like, that's too expensive. Y'all keeping me hand to mouth. So I'm like, I can't afford the CEPHER. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then kind of, in a way, y'all kind of was like, because you ain't supposed to have it. He didn't say it. I don't know. I just felt a ruach, so I just moved on. Now later, that's what I'm saying, guys. This don't be me. YAH was just like, when we released the ministry, I'm doing stuff. He was like, the CEPHER. I was like, you want me to go against the CEPHER? That is not going to fare well. But again, I'm not here to be anybody. I'm not here to toe the line. I'm here to speak where YAH tells me. That's it. Point blank, period. I don't know if you know. What's coming next week? This is the setup. Come on, y'all. He using Marcus to set this up. What's coming next week? This is a preparation for what's coming next week. What he got me. Remember when I said I was going to start this lesson right with the scripture, and he gave me all this stuff, and I was like, crap. I felt like I had some plan. And then later I said, oh, this is a setup for what's coming next week. When I release what's coming next week, there ain't no turning back. It's on. It's on and popping. World War III, it's on. Let's go. Ain't no turning back. Exposed. It's going down. Because that's the Pastor Dow one we did last week. Y'all know. And wait till you see how he had me put it together. Y'all know how he be doing. Woo, ain't no turning back, guys. And what I'm going to title it, it's on. It's on from then on. Okay, let's go. That's it. Time to. So I'm like, anyway. So when he gave me the, and I got your Yapa. So when he gave me the CEPHER back then, I'm like, I'm just starting, and I always want everybody to like me. That's just me in the world. Like I love everybody. I want everybody to love me, right? So that's really what I wouldn't do. And he's this ain't about you. They ain't all gonna like you. I'm sorry. It's like the Yahushua. Remember, I always say the Yahushua be like, hello, remember? It's like, remember, they ain't supposed to like you. I'm like, oh, crap. You're right. It's a whole different thing. Bang. So I do the CEPHER. And I put out a message and I said, could anybody do research on the CEPHER, right? To find out. And I think it was one, I can't remember who it was, but one person did some research because I had already did it. See, I did it beforehand because when I did it, when I wanted to get the CEPHER, and when it wasn't YAH, nobody said anything. It's just I felt something in my ruach like, you ain't supposed to get it. So that had me during the weeks like, why do I feel like I ain't supposed to get it? I need to find out who is this? I don't know. It's just the thing, like, who is this? That's the thing he put on me. Who are these people? Who are these people? Who are these books everybody reading? Who are these people? What are y'all doing? What do y'all do? Y'all not know? Like, so I started to find out. So I said, oh, darkness. Oh, I was like, I went through the whole, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the beast. You see, like the king said, the king was like, Marcus was like, yo, this is the system. He's part of the beast system. Literally, that's what he picked up. That's what I picked up. I was like, this is the beast. Like, I'm not going to eat from the beast's table. The beast made this book. Are we called to eat from the beast table? Come on, guys. Again, they know they're destroyed by what? A lack of knowledge. Israel always just going after all these other stuff, doing too much. You see, always doing too much. And YAH already told me from the beginning, he's scaling it back. He ain't bringing more. He's bringing us back. He's minimalizing. He's not adding on. So the danger part is we're doing too much. Everybody want this, eating from this, eating from that, learn from this, learn from that, this for that, but this loss, but that loss, but this and that and that and that. Everybody want to outdo each other. You got 99, unless you're called to be the librarian for Yasharel, everybody can't be the librarian. See, that's the problem. I know some are called to be, come on, this is the rule. This is Yah. So I don't know who's talking right now. It ain't me. But anyway, Everybody not called to be the librarian. If you're all called to be the librarian, then that's your thing, and go ahead and gather all the books or whatever, but everybody ain't called for that. And that's what everybody doing. Reading from everything, eating from all these tables. YouTube got you, that's Hasatan got you eating from everybody's table. All kind of mess. Eating food from everybody's house, what we don't even do. In our cultural lineage, we don't do that. Okay? So he's so the Ak wrote me in the email, and he was like, I've researched the CEPHER, and remember that video was a long time ago, and I'm like, look at the king. I said, guys, I researched the CEPHER, and that ain't right. He's like, that dude ain't right. I pick up beast. I got beast vibes all on, you know? And I'm like, praise Yah. We looked up the CEPHER, you know what I mean? And, you know, all right, so, I did not see this one coming. I'm hyped, as y'all can tell. I'm starting to sweat everything. Praise Yah. Oh man. So welcome, King. Let me bring myself back on down. That's what I always be saying when I get too excited. Come on back. I don't know. She be saying something. Come on. Look at her. Come on back down. And the funny thing what she said, you know how someone be like, what's that saying? I know Hookma gonna know it. What's that saying when they say scale it back or something they be saying, or bring it back, bring it down a notch. She be saying that type of thing without saying it. And I'm like, you know, I got to hold, because she's right. She's like, come on back down there. She's literally like, bring it down a notch. And I'm like, but anyway, so I know right now she's like, oh, come on, bring it back on down a notch. Let me bring her back on down. Okay, praise Yah. All right, so let me Yapa, her hand is up. I see she take care of baby for a second. So while she do that, I'm gonna let her share in a moment. We're gonna get started. What is it? 8:47 already. Killed the hour. It is what it is. We're gonna get through this. And so like I know, I'm gonna speak with y'all guys and see if he allows me to start everything with the scripture. Probably start next week. And I'll see what he tells me to do. Look at the baby. Shalom, King. Look at her. Shalom. Go ahead, your part, and then Ari, you put it up and then took it down. Oh, okay.
I might have to come back because he just got his finger shutting the door.
Oh, is he hurting? Is he crying? Oh, him. He tough. Look at him. Oh man, you know he tough. And he's sitting there. Look at his face. Look at he got the tough Hebrews, boy. That's a warrior right there. He like my finger jab, and he still looking like.
My baby only 10 months. He only 10 months.
He only 10 months, and he look like a bruiser. He look like a brawler, too. Go ahead, Yapa. Handle mama duties. We here.
I just wanted to ask you something real fast, then I'm going to have to come back, about the CEPHER. Because I actually had brought two. One for me and one for my husband.
Dang, they expensive, too. That's about $500, right?
No, I found it off the, it's called Olive Tree Bible Bookstore. And they had it for $85. But I bought it like months ago. Okay. So I seen it on Amazon. I was like really looking at it, and it was like $300. I couldn't afford that.
Amen.
But are we not supposed to read it? Because I thought it was like, when I was looking at it, I thought it was actually like the KJV minus the God and Lord and Jesus and everything.
That's
I thought it just was like the original names restored. And then they had like the Apocrypha and Enoch, Jubilees, and Jasher all in one. So I was like, oh, this is everything in one. So, kind of cut everything down because I got I have Enoch, Jubilees, Jasher.
Thank you for asking the question, because I know a lot of people that hear this will have that same question, because you got people that spent the $300 like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to throw this?
I didn't spend the $300. I didn't spend that.
Okay, that's good. But others did. So let me answer you. Thank you for asking that question. Okay, guys, if you got the CEPHER, right, you don't have to throw it away. Just get you a King James too.
Oh no, okay. I brought so much Bibles that my children were saying that I was hoarding them. Like every time I would go to Walmart, I would get like every time I got little pocket ones like I had in my car. I even brought the one from off of M. I brought so many Bibles. I was able to give Bibles away to my mother, my sisters, my brother. Like, and I still got Bibles in my closet. I'm like, this is our book. You know, like I even one time when I was pregnant with him and I went to the clinic and they had the Gideon Bible right there. So I asked the lady, "Oh, y'all giving me this?" She said, "Yeah, go ahead." So I got a Gideon Bible.
Gideon too.
I have like so many Bibles.
It's okay. So it don't matter.
I always made sure I stuck with the KJV because the other ones I knew from years ago. The Most High showed me years ago because when I first came into the truth, I had the New King James Version, and I always was believed that the New King James Version was an easier read. So I remember having that in my closet, but I never read it. I was the one that had the Bible, would open up to a Psalm. Don't know what the Psalm's talking about, but just have it flipped open right there. So people come to my house like, "Oh, you got a Bible? Oh, okay." You know, like, but I remember I had that Bible years ago. And then when I actually started, the Most High started waking me up. And I remember seeing this video, and I cannot remember half the people videos I seen, but I remember these videos. And one lady was like, if you got any other Bible besides the KJV, then you're being misled. It's scriptures that's not in the Bible. And then she started going down certain scriptures, and I'm writing it down. I'm looking, I'm like, these scriptures not in the Bible. Like even how they take the words and take certain words out to like hide the people. You know, like in within Psalms of Solomon, not Psalms of Solomon, but it's the Song of Solomon. When it said he's dark but beautiful, of dark and lovely. But in the New King James Version, it said he's dark and lovely. Every time I read that, I would laugh because that's the I think it's a hair dye.
That's the hair problem, dark and lovely, yeah.
I'm like, that's a dark, like I always laugh on that part. So they talk things out, and I'm like, okay. But when I came across the CEPHER, I'm like, well, the CEPHER is following KJV. Like when you read it, it's like it's besides. That's why I thought it was good. I'm like, well, it got God and it has Yahuwah and Yahushua. I'm like, okay, yeah, like this how I actually came across the Most High name because following with the other ones, I was taught that y'all was bad, even though in the Bible it said it's his name is in the Bible, but no, his name is Ahaya, Shoahai, and if you say y'all, it's not. You call him on something else. So I will always try to like. Even though sometimes it would come out my mouth, like, and I'm like, oh shoot, am I doing, like brainwash.
Yeah, brainwash.
One more thing, right, is, okay, I remember a couple years ago, because if you was to hear my testimony, you were like, okay. When I first come into the truth, I was actually looking at Watchmen reports. I like them, the man and the wife. Then some type of way, by me looking at that, I would get other things sent to me saying recommended, and then it was IUIC. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to watch IUIC almost for entertainment because they used to get on there and they would like fuss people out, and I'm like, okay. And then I was like, nah, it wasn't like feeling right in me. But it was something that somebody said there. The person was like, about Enoch. And they was like, oh no, stay away from that book. That's not the right book, and it's wicked, and just going in on Enoch. And I'm like, but Enoch is Noah's great grandfather. Like,
exactly.
He's like, he was very important. So I'm like, why would they tell people to stay away from Enoch? Then someone, like, people would ask them just questions, and they would like try to like rebuttal them, back them away when it came to Jasher or Jubilees. And I'm like, I wanted to read it because they was saying, oh no, stay away from him. So I'm like, but the Bible actually says something about Jasher. The Bible talks about Enoch. I never read nothing in the Bible that said anything about Jubilees. It talks about like how they count when a Jubilee.
They count the Jubilee, exactly.
Right. But as far as like the book Jubilees, I never read that in the Bible. Absolutely. But I know there's just certain things about when I read Jubilees, and I didn't finish all the Jasher. But I know both of these books, they give an account, but then it's almost different. Like on one, how Cain had died. One tell you that Cain was murdered or killed by Tubal-Cain, and I think his grandson is something like that. But then another one said that something fell on him. So I'm like, what the heck? Like, you know, like it kind of threw me off. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Let me explain
but I know,
a little bit.
I think we're supposed to stick with Enoch and.
Hold on, let me explain a little bit before you move on, because others need to know. So you have a lot of people, certain ministries, especially those out of the Philippines, who are trying to steal our identity and saying they are the tribe of Judah and the Philippines is the Garden of Eden. It's a whole ministry out there that they will be exposed. They are on the list. There will be one it's coming. And they teach only from the book of Jubilees because it fits their agenda. Only the Jubilees. They say the Jubilees is like the Bible of, you know, it's kind of like the other arc I don't want to talk about and was saying that the book of Hebrews is the book of Bantu type of thing. You know what I mean? Like the book of Jubilees. So the book of Jubilees is the extra biblical text with the most errors in it, just so y'all know. Jasher is more doctrinally sound than Jubilees. Okay? It's in that order. So Enoch, Jasher, Jubilees is like last. Jubilees, what Jubilees has mostly correct is what Jubilees is. The order of calculating dates and stuff. That's what it has the most correct, is when it goes into the calculations. So if you're going to use Jubilees for something, use it for the calculations mostly. But as far as the doctrinal, Jasher is more doctrinal sound. And like you said, the Bible talks of Jasher. The Bible talks of Enoch. The Bible, see? So YAH is going to always give us clue points to let us know, don't go too far left field or don't go, you know what I mean? He's going to always give us markers. See, when you follow YAH with your mind, your ruach, and your soul, he always directs you. Like Marcus was saying, he directs him what lesson to go to. He directs them. That's what he do to me. That's what he'll do to every last one of us. That's why he wants us to have a relationship, the oneness with him, so he can direct our steps. That's what it's for. So he can tell you, turn right, turn left, pick this up, pick that up. No, don't do it. So, like I said, it'll get to a point where sometimes he don't even say anything. I told y'all with the CEPHER thing, I didn't hear anything audibly. He didn't say, something wasn't right. He was just like, and then I started doing my research, and then it showed me through that. And then later when he told me, put it out, and then I'm going to address that, put it out, the lesson going to telling people, I was like, oh, nobody's going to like this because everybody got the CEPHER. Okay. I have to address what you said, the CEPHER, because a lot of people got it. And guys, okay, if you have it, okay. So from the KJV, everything after that is a dilution. It's a changing. Because if you think about it, the only thing that should have been done, if you wanted to take the KJV and take it back to the Hebraic terms, our original tongue, it should first of all be the antiquated Paleo-Picto Hebrew, right? The original first. If you're going to do that, then it should literally just be a straight translation from the KJV to that, right? Nothing added away, nothing added to, nothing taken from. In a way, that's mostly what the CEPHER did, right? So, but I want you to understand, it's also who's preparing this meal. Remember, yeah, you can do a work. Anybody can do a work. Anybody can cook food. Oh, come on, y'all. That's y'all. Think about it. When you cooking food, what do people say when the food is really good at it? They say she put a foot, but they're saying love was in the food. You see what I mean? It was the spirit of the person making the food. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the spirit of the person making the food that makes that food have some type of extra anointing on it. Like where it's like, you know what I say? Okay, there you go, y'all. That's saying this food's made with love. This food was made with love. You can feel like it's a spirit. It's the same thing. Remember, the word is food. It's the living word. It's what we eat. Okay, that was Ezekiel. Come on, we back to Ezekiel. Come on, boy, this is going in. Y'all is not playing. Okay, that's what the book is. That's what that lesson was about. He was like, eat that food. Remember? He was like, eat it and bake it with dung and put it on patties and put it in the bread. And he was, y'all was angry. He was not playing in that lesson, okay? But it was like, eat it. Like, so what's happening is yes, whoever this CEPHER dude, that's why when I first said, I said, somebody do research to find out, because y'all don't know whose table y'all eating from, whose food, who prepared this meal. I can read the ingredients. Think about this. If I'm a demon, right? Let's say, I'm not calling them none of that. Let's say I'm straight demonic, satanic worshiper, straight against y'all, I'm a serpent seed, right? But I can read the ingredients that you prepared. I can make the same dish because I'm reading the exact ingredients. Put a little bit of this, put a pinch of that, do this, put that, make it all that. It might taste exactly the same. Does that make it righteous? Woo, that was the Ruach right there. Does that make it righteous? Who prepared the meal? Who prepared it? So yes, I'm glad y'all didn't make me buy. I can read from it. What it would do to me, right now, because of what I know, if I did start to read from them, me personally, I think I would feel something, like a spirit. Like I would read it and be like, because like Marcus did, he did the research. He did the research and find out who this man is. This man's part. So is the beast preparing your meal? Don't the scriptures say, come out of her? Don't it say, come out of her, my people? We're called to come out of her. Let go of your strongholds. That stronghold that you're holding on because you paid whatever for this book, let it go. Okay, that's y'all talking. Okay, y'all already know. Y'all know what he here. Let it go. He's saying let it go. I'm about to say, okay, that's how you know when YAH is here. Listen to this, guys. This is how you know when YAH is here. I was about to make a way to make it okay. Like, okay, if you got it and you paid your $300, you can still read from it and you can do this and you can, that's me. YAH said, let it go. He said, yo, boy, it's about to get worse. That's what y'all don't know. It's about to go down. YAH is not, it makes sense. It's the end. You think he's going to play with us at the end when he needs to clean the house? He needs to straighten us up. There's no more playtime over. He like, because you know why he's saying that? Because that means you got a stronghold to a book. Because it's black writing, it look good, you learn from. I don't care about that. I got people that I learned from in 2016. I don't watch them anymore. I ate that fruit and I spit out the seeds. Move next. Y'all move you on. You don't keep sitting at somebody's table when he just wanted you to eat. He didn't say sit down and take a seat. He didn't say move into the house. So let go. Don't have no attachment to nobody's book or none of that. We have a book that was written for us by our brother, King James, who they painted an image and tried to say he was this and he was that, and it's all lies. That was our brother, and he wrote it for us. Okay, so I was going to make an excuse. I ain't saying throw it away. Personally, I don't think I could read it because I know, because I know who wrote it. I did the research, and I ain't supposed to sit right with you. It's not supposed to sit okay. Because when I did the research, it was dark. I was like, yeah, this ain't, because that's what it came across. Like, why are we, who writing all this? Who's profiteering off this? Do you understand this man and his genealogy, his lineage that made billions? Your $300, you see? Everybody, 80, 150, whatever it is, billions. Our junior said profit is the key word. Absolutely. I need to bring the chat on the screen. Give me 1 second, because I'm so sorry, guys. What did I do? Yeah, I'm coming back. Right there. Okay. Chat. There we go. Let me close this. And I got you, Marcus, in 1 second. All right, I'm gonna go back because I know, there you go. There's some chat, there's some talking over there. Let me complete y'all's thought through me. Okay, so he's saying, for all you who got it, He's saying remove the attachment to it. Remember, it's always the spirit behind a matter. It's not about the book itself. Do you have an attachment? I don't have attachment to nothing. Zero. We ain't supposed to be attached to nothing. You know what I'm attached to? The Ruach HaKodesh, our King, and the Most High YAH. That's it. Everything else, it's what YAH's going to do. Is it going to come? Is it going to go? Everything else is fluid. It's it's water. It's fluid. I can't get attached to anything. Remember, at the beginning of this and recently, I was getting attached to us, people. And he like, toughen up. People going to come, they're going to go. You need to toughen up. Not harden your heart, toughen up. Because I would get attached. I got abandonment issues. So I think nobody's supposed to go. When somebody comes, you're supposed to stay family. That's how they like, Some people are going to become and remove. When I burn them away, you got to let it go. Don't let it affect you. Because it would bother me. And it would linger. And it would disturb my shalom. But I have to toughen up. That's what he said, toughen up. So Yah's going to remove, wherever it goes. So that means no attachment. Think about it. When the trumpet sounds, when it's time for us to flee, what did Yahushua say? Flee. Don't get attached to nothing. Whatever you got with you is what you're taking. He said, don't go back for nothing. Did he say go back and grab your CEPHER Bible? That's funny. Did he say go back and grab your CEPHER? Go back and grab your, whatever, your Ethiopic Bible, the Ethiopic Bible? You got an old one that costs $1,000, come from the Ethiopia, from the old original ones, that you holding on. He said, leave everything. Everything. He said, don't go back for nothing. When that trumpet blow, when that time, just go. And he said, whoever is with you is who you going with. He said, don't even go back for people. Ooh, this one part of the lesson, but I see y'all want y'all to understand something. Yahushua said, don't go back for nothing. Just leave. Go. Flee when I tell you to flee. That's scripture, guys. So he's saying, what is he saying? Don't get attached to nothing. Nothing. This is all temporal. Don't store up no treasure here. Ain't nothing here. Ain't nothing here ours. It's all temporal. It's all temporary. So he's saying don't get attached to no book. Okay. If you got one, and that's the only thing you're reading for, my advice, Uncle Yahshua, get you a KJV, start reading from that too. Because something, I don't know. If I know a wicked man made something, I ain't eating from it. I'm just sorry. I did the research, the man wicked. Sorry. Yeah, I did the research too. He get the same conclusion. He like the man wicked. Something ain't right. And he just, think about it. And he just awakening. And he telling you, something ain't right. Wise man. That's a wise man right there. All right. So all those with the CEPHER that get in your feelings, sorry, y'all don't care about your feelings. That's just, you got to know the Bible. Y'all do not care about your feelings. I don't care what you wondering. I don't care what you feeling. I don't care what you going through. Prophecy is revealing over and over. They come from me. I'm always chasing some dealings, always chasing some other guys and all the things they concealing. I got a song called Uncomfortable. Wait till y'all hear the hook. I don't care what you going through. I don't care what you feel. That's YAH talking. Wait till you hear the hook. YAH made a hook. YAH went off. I'm talking about it's layered. It's huge. Y'all gonna be uncomfortable. It's called Uncomfortable. He said, wait till you hear. I got so much, but it's all in his time. Like, he's gonna release when he's ready. But he speaks in the hook. He don't care. He don't care what you. Go ahead, your part.
No, thank you.
You're very
thank
welcome.
you.
You're very welcome.
Like how I gotta get with him.
I know. Shalom, daughter. Yeah, shalom, young king.
I might come back in. I'm gonna put him down and
we'll be here because we're just getting started at 9. We'll be here.
Thank you. I got my KJVs. My KJVs.
Well, you're a collector. See, that's what I said. I can tell in your spirit you're a collector. So it's different.
They said I'm an order. I like that. You know the kalimba, the thumb piano, the little kalimba.
Uh-huh.
But shalom, everybody.
Shalom, daughter. Y'all, shalom, little kings. Look at him. He's like, come on, man, let's go. All right, shalom. Take care of that brute. Take care of that brute.
All right.
Shalom. Ak Marcus, you can share.
Yes, I want to say that I forgot something, but maybe it was timing. It wasn't the right time to say it. But it's like how you just saying how you felt uncomfortable, because when I came in from work on last Shabbat, what I normally do that day is that Shabbat study, and they read from every book but the King James. Right? Which is weird. And it was making me feel uncomfortable. Like once you said what you said about the King James and they were reading from every book, like some Palestinian book online, and then you were using the Strongs, and I was like, okay, this is feeling kind of weird, right? So when I came in from work, I decided to put on your studies for Shabbat instead. So we started watching a couple of your videos, and then my wife was like, aren't we going to do the Shabbat study with the group that we normally do it with? And I told her, I don't feel right. Something just doesn't feel right. And then later on in the evening, I checked my WhatsApp, and in the messages, they had canceled for that day.
Oh, wow.
Right? So I was just like, wait, what? I was like, they just can't, saying that the two teachers couldn't make it today, so they're going to cancel for a further date. I was just like, wait, what? See, I didn't even say I'm not going to be there. I just said I'm not doing it. Wow. And then boom, they didn't even have it. Wow. So, I mean, there has to be something there,
Confirmation. Yeah. Those are the signs. He'll do it every time. And King and you and your wife, he's going to do it continually. He's not going to stop. That's his way. He does it to me. He won't stop because he has to keep reminding us that it's him. He'll always keep doing it because remember, we just, I don't like to say human because people like, you means this. People get so word rhetoric, rhetorical with all that crap, right? But we're human, I'm just not, I don't play all these games. Okay. So because we are in our, human state, Yah knows our weak areas. So he'll know that. That's why he does it. He'll continually over and over and over and over and over again show you confirmation. He's never going to stop. He's going to keep doing it over, because what it does is it makes you more confident in your thinking, because you're like, I was right. See? And when you do something, you think whatever, and then he'll give you a comment like, man, I was right. You get stronger and stronger in your conviction. That's why people ask me, Unc, why are you? I say, because I walk with him for so long and I've heard him for so long and I've watched him direct my steps over and over again that you just know it. That's the scriptures say, he who knows, that's what belief is. It's a difference. When Yahushua says, speak to the mountain, it shall move, you got to know it. If there's a doubt, the mountain ain't moving. Do you see what I mean? You ain't going to heal the sick. You ain't going to remove a demon if you have any doubt, because the demon's going to laugh at you. They know that you don't really believe. You see, you can speak anything with your mouth, but they know in the spirit realm, you got doubt. See, there's no doubt. When you don't have no doubt, that's when Yahushua said, greater things than these you will do. See?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like, even like he gave me like a little message. When I was going through all these other different books, it was like, he showed me, it was like I was watching like a movie trailer. Mm-hmm. Where I was seeing, parts of the movie in the trailer just go by really quickly, but you'll never actually know what the movie is about until you stop and watch the whole thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
so I just put the trailer away and picked up the movie.
Great analogy. Powerful analogy. That's actually key. That's a very good, very much wise thing. I'm the same way. We're used to trailers, bits and pieces, appetizers, instead of eating a whole meal. Oh, come on, y'all. That's why he had us, Mashiach Assembly, me, He, through me, keep saying from the beginning, this is his table and we're sitting down to what? Eat. And what I say, he's preparing the meal to feed us. No longer appetizers. He said, sit down. And that's why he also told me tell y'all, stop sitting down at other people's table. Come on, y'all. This is good. This is good. Because what it's doing, guys, it's reconfirming the things that y'all spoke through me, and you're starting to see. You understand? As our brother is sharing these things, you're seeing, like, that's what y'all's been saying to us the whole time. That's why I said we all sat down, like the Ak and his wife just pulled up their chairs at his table, because we are going to eat the word. You see, he's going to feed us. YAH is the chef. YAH is the cook. We can't get no better food than that. We been fed from the Most High. Is you kidding me? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read some of these, and then we're gonna get going. My mouse keeps going to sleep. Okay, I need a new mouse, guys, because I don't like this going to sleep thing. Okay, I got it done. I mean, I guess it's to save the battery, but I don't need my battery, so I like the old stuff. Shalom, my man. Okay, that was Shane. Mitch said, I'm not sure okay. Shalom, that's great for me in the UK because the lessons start at 1 a.m. here for me. By the time you get to the meeting, I usually have drifted off to sleep as I have to get off of work at 7 a.m. Yes. And yes, I'll be on that, our junior, when y'all told me put those scriptures. I'm going to do it for this lesson because look, we just did almost 2 hours of fellowship. So this is going to be this. So what I'm going to do now, y'all can get an understanding. I'm going to have this part, our fellowship, as a separate release. You see? So people, because this is really good. It's different. It's all the word of YAH. It's all YAH, but it's just different. One is a breakdown of the scripture as YAH, but another one is us to fellowship, and we're called to do both. You see the difference? We're not called to just do one. We're called to assemble, to fellowship, to pour into one another and hear testimonies and build with one another and grow, as well as break down the scripture. So I'll be separating the two and putting them out separate. Praise y'all for that wisdom. That's going to work out well. Okay. Mitch said, Shalom. Okay. Tanner said, praise y'all. Shalom, Tanner. I see you here. Chase said, Shalom, Shane. Chase, welcome, Shane, our junior. Shalom. He probably is trying to tear you out some. Yes. I was talking about Shane, his testimony. I have the CEPHER too. Our junior said, I have the CEPHER too because of the true names and Apocrypha. I did think it was a bit odd. We are going to those people for our book. Oh, you just reminded me. I wrote it down when Shane was sharing. Also, I put it out again. Now I'm going to do it one more time. Can somebody, I didn't do this one. Somebody out there research who Strong's is, please. Can we finally get to find out who this Strong's character that everybody is? Strong said H2763. Strong. See, all that type of stuff is red flags to Unc. Y'all created me like that in the world. I have a different outlook on things. That's why I survived what y'all learned in my book. It's because where everybody else goes, I see a red flag. That's how I always survived being killed when y'all spoke all this, because I always was the one outside of the whole thing that I'm like, I go left when everybody's going right. You see? When everybody, wherever that, I didn't know nothing about the wide road and narrow, all that stuff. Remember, I wasn't a Christian or none of that. So I knew this is just instinctive gifts that y'all gave me to survive, but it didn't change. So the minute they like Strong's, this is Strong's, I was like, who is this Strong's person everybody talking about? Because right then in my book, I can guarantee you he ain't one of us. I can guarantee you he ain't, and I ain't talking about skin color, one of us. I'm talking about a follower of YAH, skin color too, all right? But a follower of YAH, you know what I mean? He ain't a companion, as well as, not even being, what they call black, you see? So, and to me, that's red flag. But everybody else, Strong's, H236, who is, I don't get, is Strong's the Most High or is YAH the Most? That's how I look at it. Who are y'all following? I don't give a crap what no strong said. Because I remember back then I wanted to learn that. I was like, ooh. See, we follow men because it looks like smart or powerful. You know, they be like, I remember when I first watched it, they break down, we go to Strong's H2. I'm like, how do they do that? They go to Concordance, that's Strong. They break down the numbers, this in the Hebrew and this and that. And I'm like, man, I want to learn that. You know what y'all said? Absolutely not. You see, y'all like, you ain't eating from none of that. You eating from my table. I'm going to teach you everything. None of that. You ain't about to go down none of that. That's what they all did. I watched it and he wouldn't allow me. So somebody research, let's find out who Strong's is. I bet you we're going to find out something very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Thank you. I wanted to put that out. All right, let me finish this so we can get started. YAH Jr. said, I have the CEPHER too because of the true names and Apocrypha. I did think it was a bit odd. We are going to those people for our book. Absolutely. I got a lot of clarity from Jasher, but not so much Jubilees. Yes, my Ruach could not spot some parts of Jubilees that seemed tampered with, so I'm not 100. Thank y'all. I explained the Jubilees thing. Kiana said, many channels have a discount code for the CEPHER, so they are making money off people buying it as well. Yes. And I'm thinking you would have to somewhat be in contact with the publishers to do that. Yeah, to get a affiliate link for you to get yes, because they're making billions selling what? The word. Does that sound like y'all? Come on, guys, wake up. Wake up. Okay, we know. Does y'all say you're gonna make billions? You put this man genealogy, he got wealth, generational wealth off our word. Our book, say, which y'all said he ain't even supposed to even teach it. That's the crazy thing. But it's okay. And we, again, Kiana said, praise Yah. Junior said, prophet is the key word. Shane said, yes. Hukma said, the men are really speaking tonight. Yes, that's good. Hukma, be good. Yes, and we've been wanting that. The daughters of Yah have been asking for that for a long time. And what has Yah started to do? Send his men. You remember, y'all spoke it. It took a little, remember, it's always Yah's timing. I didn't even notice it, Hukma. Thank you for sharing that. Yup. The women have been asking for a while. Where are the men? Where are the men? Where are the men? She said, I meant you, uncle. The men are really speaking tonight. I'm lost. Hukma, you said you meant me.
Can you hear me?
Really low.
Can you hear me?
A little better. Her voice already soft. She's like, can you hear me? Like a little angel. Go ahead. No, I'm not teasing. It's just so angelic. But go ahead.
I when I said I meant you, it's because of you saying you get tired. But, you know, when you get tired, that's usually where you enter that state of, you know, that in between where you can be used.
That's interesting.
Because your flesh is dying more and more because you're getting tired. And your flesh is ready to go to sleep, but then the Ruach can enter you more and, you know, just get out whatever it needs to get out. That's what I meant.
Yaleen, she doing it again with that wisdom. By the way, Yaleen want me, and we need to have a one-on-one ministry because there's something there that Yaleen like, did you have your one-on-one with Hukma yet? I'm like, no. She's like, hurry up and have it because I need to know there's so much wisdom there. There's a lot there and you're doing it again. That was brilliant. You know why? Because she's correct. When I be tired, right? And we remember, we be getting to the Bible 3-4 hours. And then I'm
but you
exhausted.
wake up in it. You wake up in it.
I'm about to say that because it takes over. But by the time we finish, I'm so drained. Remember, I was already tired. So now it took over. Because it literally takes over. And remember, it's what she's pointing out, guys. She's saying, she's observant. She's observed that I be tired in the flesh, right? Really tired. But once I go into that word, You will never think, if someone just logged up, when you watch the video, you don't know this has been 4 hours later. You'll think we just turned that thing on and press play. You don't realize I'm exhausted because it takes over. She's 100% correct. I'll be like, it be on. And then after I finish, I'll be like, oh my goodness. But yes, that's a good analogy. That's probably why he was doing it. That makes a lot of sense, because I was like, remember when I said I'm going to ask YAH if he would allow me, because I'm saying that statement because I'm letting you know that wasn't my doing. So, I mean, he was doing it. So I need to ask him like, YAH, can you? But guess what? If he like, no, this is how I'm going to do it. Then that's how he taught me what to do. Yep. He taught me to break it up so that when I put it out, you know what I mean? Y'all can have just the word too and our fellowship. So praise YAH. Thank you, Hukman, for that insight. Thank you very much. She did it again, y'all. That's funny. Okay. Okay, now I know what you said. And Kiana said, and again, I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of YAH. Not Yahoo 1924. Absolutely, daughter of YAH. All right, let's go. I'm caught up on the chats. We got some good fellowship. We got an hour and a half of some good food. That was good. Thank you. Thank you, y'all's children, for sharing. And Hukman was right. The men were talking tonight. Okay. Okay. First thing he wants me, because I had to write down, remember, everyone worldwide, check your subscription. All right, they're unsubscribing. Recently, I got an alert that YAPA subscribed to our channel. YAPA, like now. I'm like, YAPA subscribed? She part of our, so that means they unsubscribed her. So that means she had to resubscribe. So I'm saying for worldwide, check your subscription, guys who listen to us. If you realize, man, I haven't got a notification from Unc for a while, they probably unsubscribed you. So what they're doing, as I get 20 subscribers, they'll unsubscribe 10. They've been doing this forever. They keep in my number because they don't want me. What they don't want, I know what they don't want. They don't want me. They don't want, first of all, let me stop. They don't want the word going out, okay? So they just monitor it and they stopped it. They just literally, every time I can get 50 subscribers, they'll remove 30. You know what I mean? And it'll just keep. And I'm so used to it, it's whatever. I stop. The only reason why I can see is because every time I go into my thing, it says it right at the top. Otherwise, I would just ignore it because it doesn't mean anything. But I see it all the time. So I'm like, so anyway, he wants to tell you, check your subscription for guys, because that's their way of having you do out of sight, out of mind. Because if something stopped coming to your feed, you don't even realize, wow, I haven't watched, Mashiach Asimi for a long time. Because you ain't been getting alerted that we've been dropping lessons. That's their tactic. Okay. Now, number 2, YAH's personality. This is very important. A lot of you. Remember, I have the ministry calls. I have the emails. I have the conversations. A lot of y'all, men, women, old, young. At first, I thought it was a young thing. I thought it was our teenagers, but it's not. It's everybody, old, young, across the board. We don't know who y'all's personality, and you guys are beating yourselves up to the point of, it's, what word am I looking for? It's heavy. Like, oh, there you go. It caused some to backslide. It caused some to go away. It caused some inner turmoil where you're thinking you're letting y'all down.
Pressure.
Who was that? I heard. Who was that? That was
pressure.
Oh, pressure. Okay, that little voice that came out of nowhere. I'm like, who that just said pressure? It sounded like an angel, like, you know, I talk like pressure. I'm like, did I would say, who was that? Because I'm like, did I just hear that from, like, am I the only one that heard that? That was that type of thing. I was like, I'm like, maybe the Ruach just said it audibly, like pressure. Yes, pressure. You're putting absolute pressure on yourselves, and it's not of Yah. So he wants me to explain, and it's been a while. Let me bring you a little context. I had a conversation, a ministry call, and it was the same thing. I feel like I'm letting Yah down, and I don't want to let him down. So I'm feeling like I'm not worthy, because I feel like I keep letting him down, and I'm unpleasing to him. And I hear myself constantly saying, that ain't how Yah get that. That is not how Yah thinks. And then I have to rebuild, like explain to them, Yah doesn't see this thing. If Yah felt the way a lot of you guys are thinking he feels, we would all be damned. None of us would make it. None of us. Yah has seen the worst of the worst. Okay. He wants me to explain. Yah's personality is what you are beating yourself up over is really nothing to Yah, right? You failed. You let him down in some area, or you're scared that you might let him down in some area. So you're hard on yourself. You're putting pressure, as Umar said, on yourself. When Yah is actually pleased okay, let me try to explain this. Yah is pleased that you are upset at what you have done. The mere fact that it bothers you means that you are not okay with it. That means that in your Ruach, that is a level of repentance. When you find yourself not bothered by a sin, where you really don't care, it really doesn't bother you, that means you are in agreement with that sin. Understand? When something bothers you, that means it's because it's contrary to what you believe, what you know is right, what you feel. And the fact that you feel like you're letting Yah down is showing that you care how he feels. Do you understand? Yah wants us to care. All he has ever wanted from his children is to choose him. That's all he's ever asked for. Choose me over everything else. The serpents, Hasatan, the world, all that is really Hasatan. It boils down to choose me over everything else. By the mere nature of you upset that you might be letting him down, that he might not be pleased with this area that I just failed in, whether I took a drink, whether I touched myself, whether I cursed, whether wherever you slipped, whatever area it was, the mere fact that you are upset at yourself because you feel like you let him down, he is pleased. He wants you to care about him enough to feel upset, but do not beat yourself up, because what you will do will invite in Hasatan. You will invite in demons. Depression will come in. Anxiety will come in. Hopelessness will come in. You invite all of these demons. Remember, they have names. Remember my other lesson. They're sitting at a card table waiting for you to call their name, okay? So you invite all these demons and give them an area to come inside when Yah was really pleased with you, and the only thing he wants you to do is recognize your area, repent for it, try to get stronger and not to do it again, but don't stay and get depressed. We'll pile it on. You guys have been piling it on. We'll get heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier, and you keep feeling like you're letting them down over and over. And to some say, man, he ain't pleased with me now anyway, so I might as well just go on. And you see, it'll cause some to backslide to the point where they feel like, I can't please him. He's not pleased. You're pleasing him in the fact that you are bothered by it. That means you chose him. That means I care that Yah is not okay with this. I know that he's not okay. He doesn't want me to do this, and it bothers me. That means you care. You see? Think about it. Think of your mother or father in your home, right? You know that they don't want you to do something, right? You know, once you leave the house, you can do whatever you want. You can lie to them. You see what I mean? They don't know that you're smashing a girl, or they don't know. Because remember, you got parents that think their children are still virgins. You understand? And they just smash, they be doing all, they think they don't know they do drugs. You see? They out of touch. They don't realize, right? Now, you know that your parent doesn't like this. You have two types of children. You have one who don't care. That means he or she has no respect for that parent. They don't even care. It's really a level of love. Do they really love them? See? You see the difference? But then you got the other child who's bothered. It doesn't mean he ain't doing the same level of the sin, but he's not okay with it. He's like, man, I know my pops, moms, I'm letting them down. You see, whoever, I got to get this right. Man, they're not okay with this. See, they convicted. That person loves that parent. Do you understand? Because they're not okay with the sin that they are in, and they care about the parent and knowing that it's unpleasing to the parent. If the parent knew that, they would try to help them, but guess what? Inside the parent, come on, y'all. He's teaching y'all something. Let's say you got the two parents, two different kids. The one parent find out, now these kids are doing the same sin, right? Let's say they're doing drugs. The one parent find out and realizes, my child, let's say they read a journal. Bingo. Okay. So let's make this a woman, because most men don't keep journals. Okay. So let's make this a woman because of the journal thing. So they find the journal, both of them find journals, and they found out because the woman wrote everything in the journal. She didn't know nobody was going to find it. She had it locked away or whatever, or whatever, right? So that one parent is reading the journal and finding out that the daughter been doing drugs, but they find out that she is not okay with it. She's really upset that she's in there right now. I know I'm letting them down. I'm so distraught. I'm not even worthy to look at my parents because I love them. See, you know what that parent's going to feel? I got to help my daughter. She loves me. She's going to do she knows, the parent knows this child loves them and is not okay with the sin, but it's just battling. So she get to fight with them. The other one finds the journal and finds out this little, I was about to say S-H-I-T. I was all going to say ish, but y'all know what I'm talking about. This little ish, this little crappy child that don't give two red cents. She find out this child like F my parents. I don't care what they think. I'm gonna do that. I'm stealing from them. I'm secretly plotting behind their back. That parent found out this child don't even love me. They're doing the same sin. But it's what's in the person's heart. Come on, y'all. Y'all understand he's giving me this gift to be able to break this down so y'all can understand in layman's terms. In that person's heart, is they doing the same sin, guys. What's in each heart has the effect on the parent. If the other parent who found out was a wise parent, he would realize this child is dangerous to me. I have to try to get them, but I have to keep them at a certain distance because there's a danger. Why do you think you have these children that come and kill their parents? Good parents. We did the best, and we just gave them everything. And they come in with their little friends that they met and come in high and kill everybody. I mean, stab them to death and all type of crazy stuff. Demons. 2 children, same upbringing, same sin, different hearts. Yah knows your heart. He knows if you are upset when you don't please him. He knows you love him. See? He knows you actually choose him. So what he's going to do? He's going to try to help you. He's going to help you to give you to so you can get past that one. You see? Yahushua said, go forth, my son, and sin no more. You see? What he's saying is, inch your way. Don't be so hard on yourself, guys. We are all going to fail. That's why Yahushua came and shed his blood so that we're able to repent and get back up and try to inch more towards the righteousness of the Father. It's a war that we have to battle against the flesh. A war. Wars last a long time. This one gonna last all the way till we get home. That's what but you make victories along the journey. You win battles in the war. You constantly win battles. You ain't gonna win it every time. Pick your butt back up and dust it off and get back into the game. Because if your heart is circumcised, you know you letting him down. That's all he cares. He loves you. And you choosing him. Think about it. How many people are really choosing him? Not many. That's why it's only a remnant. They ain't really choosing him. They say it with their mouth and all that. But to really choose him is to deny the things of the world. It's hard when you really choose him. It's really not easy. But Yah's personality, he's not anal. Yah, think about it. Our ancestors shafted Yah over and over and over and over and how many times has he forgiven us to the point where he's like, I'm still not going to, well, one time he was done and Yahushua stepped up. Praise Yahushua. See, that's why we got a king. For you non-messianics, knock yourself out. That's your own thing. Knock yourself out because Yah was done with us. He was fed. It was a wrap. He's going to wipe us. Yahushua was like, give me a chance. Give him to me. Give him to me. I'll put him on my back. Let me, and I know y'all was like, you sure do, because these dudes are ridiculous. Literally. They've been doing this for millennia. They've been stabbing me. They've been stabbing me forever. Over and over and over and over and over again. See? So when you understand his personality, you understand he's more merciful than that. Like, we ain't doing what our ancestors did. But praise Yah that you upset that you feel like you let him down because you failed in something. But all of us that he's sat down, that here, everyone who this lesson even go to is anointed. The fact that he didn't even let you hear these lessons, we've been suppressed, we've been shadow banned, we've been everything. So whoever he allows to hear this, you are blessed. Understand something, he's allowing you to hear it. He's doing it. Stop beating yourself up. All of you. It's okay. Get back up. When you know you're not okay, is when you're not bothered by it anymore. That's your red flag. When you ain't bothered by it anymore, call a ministry call with I need a ministry call because I'm okay with this sin right here. And that ain't right. Because I know y'all ain't okay with it. That's your red flag. Okay? So don't be so hard on yourself, guys. It's okay. One of our brothers backtracked. And praise y'all, I had a ministry call with him. And I realized, YAH, that it's really not his fault. See, you got to understand, we're going through a lot. We in Babylon, and we like, it's really not his fault. It's really his environment. So I got to get him out of there. Point blank, period. I knew before, but I didn't know it was that much of a rush. Yeah, it's a rush. So, praise YAH, he gave me the wisdom. We said the right things. And now we got to get him out of there. Because he's in an unhealthy environment. Remember, it's who you surround yourself with. See, we're all at different levels. You can't take a person who's just trying to battle alcohol and let him work in a bar, right? He just made his first AA meeting, you know what I mean? And you're going to give him a job in a bar? That's ridiculous. But you take another person who's 20 years clean and sober and can work in a wine distillery and make the stuff and won't touch it, like me when I was weed. You know, I destroyed it. I used to roll my ex's blunt in the world, but I wasn't picking it up. That's how you know I conquered it. I'm good. Yeah, I rolled it. Of course, you wanted me to smoke. You know, I tell you, it's sinners want you to sin with them. Ain't no sin if you don't sin with them. Ain't no fun. Ain't no fun if you got to sin alone. They like, but I wouldn't. I was done. It's a monkey. It's a stronghold. I ain't about to put that stronghold on my back. You bugging. I'm in Florida. I'm in a new land. You think I'm about to get a stronghold? I'm free from it. I never touched it again, and will never touch it again. See? But I could go work in I could work in a dispensary. I love the smell of it. I loved the weed. I loved what it did and all that in the flesh. But I conquer the flesh. That's the key. All right. So he just wants you to understand he's not anal. YAH is pretty cool. YAH is pretty cool. YAH is dope. Like, he's literally dope. He the man. Like, he's not as uptight as you think he is. He's seen it all. He see what you're doing. He see what you're doing. He just wants you to keep trying to get better at it. We all got our stuff. And we all got to work at it. Okay? Everybody, stop being so hard on yourself. The fact that you're even seeking him is making him smile. That's bringing him joy, that you're even seeking him. You even want to please him. So keep it up. Let's go. You feel me? Get back up. We're going to fail. All of us. Get back up. Inch away. And you'll conquer things and it'll remove it and go on to the next fight. That's what it is, literally, next fight. Sorry, it's like that. It just is what it is. You feel me? It's just like that. It's just a thing. All right. So now this is, we're going to go a little longer than I thought, but it's okay. We're chipping away. Let's go to, I'm going to share my screen. We got a couple of share screens and then we're going to get to the word. I might X some of this stuff out for time, and I'll see as I go through them.
I just want to interject right quick. It's not going to take me long.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
But when you said that, I think it was last week when you said something about we have to get rid of some of the things that we have that we don't know, and you brought up road rage. And I didn't think that I had road rage, right? So I was shown I got road rage. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, guys. I'm kind of hard sometimes.
It's awful. It's
bad.
It's bad because driving Uber, and get out of the way and what y'all doing and
curse words and everything.
Yeah. So
YAH will show you.
Yes, he showed me.
Show you the areas that you need to fight.
Right. That I need to fight that I ain't think I had a problem with.
You don't even know.
Right. So I just want to interject.
That was a good interjection. Very, very good. Very good. Guys, thank you all, y'all. He will show you the areas that he wants you to work on to clean up because he's trying to get us to clean it all. But you got to take your time with it. Now, understand, he just showed her the road rage. Do you know how long it's going to take her? Do you know how long it took me? I'm still, where am I at? 75%? Maybe 80 at this point? Understand something. Uncle Yahshua was negative 10%. First of all, I'm from New York City. Second of all, I'm like a super alpha. Third of all, I come from a place no one ever disrespects you to ever. Like I come from how I created what was created in me to survive my environment, as y'all learned from my book and the documentary, is everything against road rage. I would get out and kick someone's car. I've done it. Kick a dent in your car, literally. Like, because ridiculousness. One time I would put because I used to try to throw waters or apples or something. I started putting rocks in my car because they would do stuff. You can't get to it. Like bad road rage. Insane. Okay? Like cursing out your mouth, everything. Next level. Now, this ain't when I'm awakened and all that, but it transcends over. You understand? A good one I'm going to share, and I'm going to show y'all one time where that was the one where I failed the test miserably. And I was doing good. I was getting it under control, right? I'm doing good. So I'm like, okay, I felt so bad, guys. I felt so bad because it was two white guys and a girl, and they were just having fun. And I'm not realizing, see, you understand, we are different nationalities, so we're culturally different. So certain things that the way they act in their culture, with us, it's intolerable. He taught me so much. That's why I'm teaching this part. He taught me so much in that fail. That fail was miserable. I felt so bad. And they were just having fun. They literally said, dude, chill out. You know, they were like, dude, chill out. And I was just, because they were disrespectful. See, I'm looking at it as disrespect because where I'm from, that's disrespect, but they ain't where I'm from. They ain't from my culture. To them, they just enjoying themselves. It wasn't that serious. And, and of course, my instinct, I'm going to share it because I got it. I recorded. You can see the car. I don't know how I record, but you can see it was bad. I almost hit them with my car and everything. Like it was so bad to the point where when I pulled off and I had to skirt out because the hotel was going to call the police and the dude was chasing me from the hotel security trying to get my license plate. So I had to do like 90. It was a long thing because he's trying to catch up. I know he want my license plate number. You see, so by the time I got through clear, I pulled over and I felt horrible. I'm like, dude, you fell so badly. Like it was so bad, guy. I was like, I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry, y'all. I was doing so good. All the tests, this was the aggression. If someone disrespect you, what do you do type of thing. This was me working on it, okay? So I'm doing so good. Like I was passing for a while. You know what y'all said? I'm going to give you a big one. And now, what that let me know was, and I'm going to share it on the video one time. What that let me know was I was cognizant, like, okay, so the biggest test in that area for me would be if someone literally put their hands on me. When I thought it, I was like, y'all, I don't want that smoke. Okay, you got to be patient with me. Like I literally talked to y'all. Yeah, I'm definitely not ready. Like, because I remember I'm driving. I was like, ooh, the ultimate test in that arena would be for someone to like put their hand like, and I don't mean punch me in there because now, of course, I'm a defender, but I'm like, I don't know, push you or something, or I don't know. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not ready, y'all. I'm not ready. I'm nowhere near that ready for that. One step at a time. So I'm still at war with that thing. I've been doing good, one time an occultee was on the phone with me and something happened and they literally said, "You did good." And I was like, I didn't realize. I'm like, oh, I did. I guess what they heard, I could have reacted a different way. And I guess I handled it well, and it was like, "You did good." And I was like, oh, thank you for that, because I didn't even realize it. So what he's saying is she pointed out to Yaleen that this is a area that she didn't even know she had. So guess what she got to do now, guys? She got a new fight to tackle. And there'll be little tests here and there. And it's going to take a while. She's going to fail. But the key is the next time, fail a little less, then a little less, then a little less, then a little less. You see? And you keep incremental steps to the point where you can master it. To the point where it happened, you realize, I ain't even let this affect me. You see? Where you're like, I'm passing these tests, And I guess, okay, I thought that was a new comment. Okay, so thank you, Yaleen, for sharing that. That was total in alignment with what we were talking about. I guess this is the spiritual warfare part of this fellowship for all of us to understand the areas that we're battling, because we all are battling. Every last one of us are battling with something. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. Okay. Now I'm going to share this video and let's get into it. We at 10 o'clock, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Oh, this stupid mouse that went to sleep again. This thing, I can't even find it. Stop going to sleep, dude. Like, where are you? Okay, there you go. So now I learned, just click the middle button, and because if you click the thing, it might click on to something like that. So I'm like, click the middle button, that'll awaken it and then move it. All right. Thank you, y'all, for our fellowship. Now it's time to get to the word. Let's go. And I ain't tired yet. I praise y'all. But I will be. Let's go. Thus says the word of YAH.
He adds secures and hooks us tight. A gift from YAH, eternal life. He sent his son a sacrifice to show how much he loves us. You are loved, you are loved. You are loved, you are loved. You are loved, oh, you are loved. You are loved by Yahuwah.
Praise YAH.
Praise YAH. Praise YAH. Hallelujah.
Bible study every Tuesday, 8 p.m. We having a Zoom Bible study. I'm gonna put email me for the link.
I'm a lion of the tribe of Judah. Say it again. Precious, chosen people of the Most High. You got that right.
We hope you have a good time watching our videos, and we'll see you in the next video.
And we'll see you in the next video. So like and subscribe.
Our channel.
Yeah.
We are the true Hebrews, the true and real Israelites. We are the true ones that fulfill Bible prophecy and scripture.